917, want to move to this. President Trump plucked the Oklahoma Attorney General out of his office and then placed him in Washington, D.C. to head up the EPA. Obviously, that left a vacancy here in Oklahoma, a vacancy that was soon filled by Pruitt's top assistant, Mike Hunter. The new Attorney General for the state of Oklahoma joins us live right now. Mike Hunter, thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. It's good to be with you.
We certainly appreciate it. So just a couple of months ago, you found yourself in this position, appointed by Governor Mary Fallin. We have a lot going on right now in the state of Oklahoma. We have the battle over the death penalty. We have budget crisis going on. Why did you decide, yeah, I want to take this job?
Well, the good book says, from him that hath much, much is expected. So I guess I felt like, given my experience in state government and in the Attorney General's office, that I was in a position to, as we say, hit the ground running. And we have a good team there that I assisted in assembling. And it's been a very challenging 6 weeks, but I think we're getting a lot done for the folks, and hopefully we can assist the governor and the legislature in working through the many issues that they're addressing right now.
Why has it been very challenging the first 6 weeks?
Well, one of the things that we are trying to work through is we've had 100 open records requests for records relating to Administrator Pruitt, former Attorney General Pruitt. And those 100 open records requests are going to require us to go through literally tens of thousands of documents and
Emails?
Yes, electronic records specifically. So that's been, I guess, a challenge to try to figure out how to marshal resources. You know, we have our attorneys and agents are very busy trying to keep the public safe, and having to sort through all those documents in a very restricted period of time has been a challenge.
I do want to get to this because this just came out yesterday. Oklahoma now one of 15 states that supports the president's travel ban, the updated travel ban. We have this map here for you. And this imposes a 90-day suspension of entry to the United States for nationals of 6 mostly Muslim majority countries. And we also said here the Attorney General's office says that the president's revised order is lawful. What made you decide that this is lawful? What made you throw your support behind this travel ban?
Well, my oath of office requires me to uphold the United States Constitution, the Oklahoma Constitution, and the laws of the state and our country. We looked very carefully at his revised order, and we determined that it was both lawful and constitutional. There certainly is a policy debate around the order, but in terms of the law and the Constitution, it's valid.
You think it's lawful? Do you think it's ethical, personally?
I don't see any problem with the ethics. Again, we can get into a debate about the policy and the politics, but it's a legal and constitutional order based on our review.
Another thing, a hot button issue that we cover a lot here on KOCO 5 News in the Morning is the death penalty. It's on hold right now in Oklahoma. Does your office have much to do with that? What's going on there? I mean, we have death row inmates literally sitting on death row right now, waiting to find out, when am I going to be executed? Am I going to be executed? What's going on with that?
We're working closely with the Department of Corrections as they finalize their new execution protocol. As you'll remember, we had issues with a failed execution a year or so ago. The multi-county grand jury in our office reviewed that. We determined the mistakes that were made and recommended changes, which the Department of Corrections is implementing. We think that they are very close to finalizing the protocol, and when they get to that point, we'll advise the Criminal Court of Appeals, and there'll be 150 days after that before executions will begin.
Well, so they should resume somewhat soon, is what you're saying?
Yeah, the voters of the state reaffirmed their support for the death penalty in November, and that's our responsibility, is to follow the direction of the voters.
Okay. And then also wanted to ask you about this. Like I said at the top, there's a lot going on in the state of Oklahoma, and I know you've been slammed with those open records with the emails, but also wanted to ask you about the budget crisis. You know, our state is $900 million in the hole right now. I know you're not the treasurer, but what can you do, if anything, right now? What can you and your office do to fix this?
Well, I'm not legislator general, I'm not governor general, I'm attorney general, and my 2 most important clients are the governor and the legislature. So my commitment to both of them is that I'm going to work very closely with them to determine what revenue measures are constitutional and legal. So that'll be my role, is advising both the governor and the legislature, and I take that role very seriously.
Okay. We have a lot more questions. We told our viewers that we had the opportunity to chat with you. So we're going to have you stick around for one more segment. Then we're going to get to a couple viewer. I've never heard that response from someone before. Good. Good. You get to stick around.
It's my job.
Good. All right. We'll be right back. KOCO 5 News in the Morning continues right after this.
Thanks.
Good. Back with you now at 9:25, continuing our conversation with the new Oklahoma Attorney General Mike Hunter. Thank you so much for sticking around for another segment. Before we begin, I got a lot of questions. Just simply, what are the responsibilities of the Oklahoma Attorney General? If you could sum it up in maybe 1 to 2 sentences, what do you get involved in? What do you not get involved in? What is your job?
We investigate multi-county crimes. We keep criminals in prison. We handle criminal appeals. We represent ratepayers before the Corporation Commission and utility rate proceedings. We protect them from insurance fraud, workers' comp fraud, Medicaid fraud. We also represent the state, both in litigation and on a day-to-day basis, talking to agencies. And then we represent the state in state and federal court.
So you're busy.
Very much. 100 attorneys, 50 agents.
All right.
We're very busy.
Want to get to some of these viewer questions. This one is from Mark. He wants to know, how is the budget shortfall that we talked about in the previous segment, $900 million in the hole, how is the state's budget shortfall going to affect the Attorney General's office? Do you feel like you're fully funded? Are you fully staffed? Do you have enough money? How would you answer Mark's question?
Well, there are a number of revenue streams that are sort of generated by our activities that in many ways hold us harmless from appropriations. So we don't receive a lot of appropriations, and it impacts us a lot less than most parts of state government.
So you're a little bit more protected than other agencies.
Somewhat insulated.
Okay. This one also from a different Mark. This one is, ask the new AG why legislators think it's okay to change ballot initiatives voted on by the citizens last November. He was referring to State Question 780 and 781, referring to criminal justice reform, that lawmakers are now going back and tweaking some of the language that voters passed. Why is that okay?
Well, that wasn't a constitutional amendment. Those were changes to statute. And so the legislature does have the ability to do that. On the other hand, the voters expressed their will last November with respect to 780 and 781. So if there are changes, they should be approached very carefully and thoughtfully. Keeping the voters'
will in mind.
That's a good way to say it,
when
Abigail.
they tweak the language.
Yes.
Here's the other one from a different Mark. He says simply, how does it feel to be the Attorney General of Oklahoma?
Well, it's a very important job, a lot of responsibility, a lot of power and authority, and I like to remind myself on a regular basis that you got to be humble about all this power and authority. And I'm reminded of a line from Shakespeare's Measure for Measure. It is excellent to have the strength of a giant, but it is tyrannous to use it like a giant. So I try to be humble, and I try to be fair. Tough but fair.
Tough but fair. It's almost, with much power comes much responsibility.
I like that.
Do you feel that way?
Yes.
You feel like you have a lot of responsibility?
I do.
Do you like it, though?
Yeah,
Do you enjoy
I
it?
feel like we make a difference every day
Okay.
on behalf of the people of the state. I mean, sometimes it's not a big difference, but every day we make a difference. We are out there to keep the people safe. That's our job.
And if you would, behind the Attorney General label, introduce yourself to our viewers. Who's Mike? Mike Hunter, not Attorney General Mike Hunter, but tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a fourth-generation Oklahoman. Grew up on
Okay.
a farm up by Enid near Waukomis. Went to Oklahoma State, undergrad, OU Law. Married Cheryl Plaxico from Stillwater. She's an attorney here in Oklahoma City. I have 2 sons.
Who's the better attorney?
She is. One goes to OU and will graduate from law school in May, and one goes to school back east at George Mason. He plays college baseball. He's a pitcher.
Cool. Good for you. Must be very proud, and it sounds like you're a Sooner and a Cowboy. So you've satisfied both the groups watching right now. We certainly appreciate your time.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Abigail.
much. I know you're busy as
Thank you.
we talked about here, so we certainly appreciate you taking a little bit of time for us on KOCO 5 News in the morning.